Hey everybody, my name is Kimberly and I am so glad that you are here. Today I'm really excited to share a resort with you that I absolutely loved. Secrets Playa Blanca is a pretty new resort. It opened in February of 2024 and it is located about a 50-minute drive north of the Cancun airport in an area called Costa Mujeres. That is absolutely stunning and beautiful. So this resort was pretty new when I had a chance to go. I went from June 3rd through the 8th in 2024 with my girlfriend for our annual girls trip, and we were blown away. And let me say, when we were there, the spa, the theater, the gym, and the nightclub were not yet open, and we still were in awe and both cannot wait to return and take our husbands with us. It was just such a good experience. So in this video, I am going to just take you through our mornings and into our afternoons and into our evenings and sort of hit on the different restaurants that we tried, the different activities that we enjoyed, and just try to take you with us a little bit, give you a little bit of our experience while still filling you in on some important details about the resort. So hopefully by the end, you will know if this resort is a good match for you. Okay, we're gonna start with the room tour, and I'm so excited to share this room with you because it is a work of art. It is absolutely beautiful. Like I mentioned, I was here on a girls trip. So we booked a room with 2 double beds, and I love that they have that option. The balcony was spacious. It had a soaking tub and a seating area. Now, we were booked in a preferred club tropical view, but we were not upset that the young foliage afforded us this gorgeous ocean view. And below us, you can see the pool for the swim up rooms. Inside, there was a couch seating area as well as a full-size table and chairs, which I really appreciate if you have some work to do or you just want to have your room service breakfast. The room had several locally handmade pieces, including this wall hanging, the lamp, and the bench. I thought that was pretty fantastic. Now, onto the bathroom. All of the rooms do have doors that close the bathroom off completely, but only the rooms with double beds have solid doors. So the king rooms will have open slats. The bathrooms have double vanity sinks, a toilet room that is completely enclosed with a ventilation fan. That's a pretty rare occurrence at resorts. The shower had both a rain shower head and a handheld, and there was a gorgeous jacuzzi soaking tub as well. Let's check out this closet. Inside, there is a secret box for do not disturb room service and for your dirty dishes. And from there, it's the usual items: steamer, slippers, robes, safe, and extra pillows and blankets. There is an espresso machine and a couple of snacks, and the fridge is going to have sodas, beer, and water. And with Preferred Club, they do offer a 375 milliliter bottle of liquor, and you'll have 4 spirits to choose from. But overall, the Preferred Club minibar is sparse in comparison to resorts of a similar caliber. However, do not let that discourage you. That is the only negative I can say about this room. It is a gorgeous room, and we were extremely comfortable during our entire stay. Now, I love to start every morning with a little bit of movement. The beach is absolutely perfect. If you love to take long walks, you're set. The property is also extremely walkable. There's a lot of steps. This huge staircase was my entire workout pretty much one day. Just going up and down those stairs was fantastic. Now, I would love to comment on the gym, but like I said, it wasn't open yet. And for someone who loves the gym, I did miss it just a little. They had some temporary things set up, but it's not quite the same. And I would imagine once that gym is open, you're also going to see some structured workout classes and offerings. Now, they did have yoga on the beach most mornings that we were there, but it was a little late for me. I like to kind of just get up and get my morning going as soon as I can. However, that option is there, and I expect that there are going to be a lot more exercise-based options as the resort continues to get on its feet. So it's time to eat, right? So what are your options for breakfast? If you are not in the Preferred Club, you will have either room service or the Market Cafe. Now, room service was great, but we only got coffee, cappuccino, fruit plate, so I can't really comment on the breakfasts that they offer, but you can check them out on the app already, even before going, and see what your options are. And then the Market Cafe is an awesome buffet. They had so many options, so I don't really think you'd get bored there quickly. You could do your traditional American breakfast, or you could do some breakfast tacos and go more in the direction of Mexican cuisine. And of course, they had French toast and waffles and all of that too. Cereals, muesli, granola, tons of fruit, you name it. It was all there. So there were a lot of options, and I don't think you'd get bored easily. Now, if you do book the Preferred Club, you also have the option of Seaside for breakfast as an a la carte option. Now, I have to say this was a huge perk of Preferred Club, in my opinion. The views were spectacular, the service was wonderful, and I really appreciated the menu. I love chia pudding. I was excited to see that was on there. And then of course, I have to get chilaquiles at least once every time I go. Verde, absolutely, non-negotiable, has to be the green sauce. And I need eggs, no chicken. It's just a rule. They are my favorite. They're so good, and they did not let me down at Seaside. Now, there is a coffee shop on property, and I did walk in and I saw tons of people with their coffees. Everything looked great. I just didn't make it in to get something for myself, but that option is there. So if you are someone who loves your latte or cappuccino, you could get them from room service, but if you want something fresh or you want a variety of iced coffees, it looked like they had just about anything you could possibly want. I was really impressed with the pools here. So there is a social pool, a main pool, and a jungle pool, and those three pools are open for everyone. So the main pool is an infinity pool. That is where the swim up bar was. We did hang out there one afternoon for a little while. It was very pleasant, kind of low key. I'm sure it gets a little more lively later in the afternoon. The social pool was a lot of fun too. We did hang by there one afternoon. It was really fun watching everyone play volleyball. I loved the staff dance competition. They were hilarious. And then they also brought the professionals in as well to do some dance performances, but there was stuff going on all day long. Again, the app is gonna be invaluable if you want to see what is offered. But there was everything while we were there, from kayak races to giant Jenga, and everything in between. So if you are someone who likes to be in the middle of it all, I would highly recommend that you set up at the social pool. Now, the jungle pool will have a swim up bar. That was not completed when we were there. It looks to me like the jungle pool will be a very quiet and serene area to hang out. Now, this pool is located further away from the beach than the other pools. So I'm not sure if that's going to impact how much breeze it gets. I don't really know. I walked around there early one morning, but I did not spend any time lounging there. It does sound to me, from the fan pages, at least right now, that it is kind of an escape if you want something just very quiet and serene. So I guess when the swim up bar is open, we'll see if that vibe continues. All right, now, if you're in the Preferred Club, you will have the Preferred Club pool. Now, I loved this pool. It's also an infinity edge pool. It was pretty quiet. I didn't have the activities or the things going on like you're going to have on the other side of the resort. But what I will say is that hanging out at the social pool, setting up our loungers there for the day, and then setting them up at the Preferred Club pool, there really was not a difference in service. So I was very impressed by that. We were greeted by a concierge every single morning. We were helped with our umbrella if we needed more shade. We were offered towels. We were reminded that we could go for a meal, that we should be back in an hour and a half. I don't know how well they're really going to be enforcing that. Perhaps if everything fills up and people are having trouble finding a seat, perhaps they're noting time. I'm not sure there, but I like that. I like that you're expected to come back, you know, leaving to go grab breakfast quickly, things like that. That's pretty normal. But leaving your loungers, we all see it, for 4, 5, 6 hours because you got up at 6 a.m. and went back to bed until noon is just not cool. And unfortunately it happens. So I was happy that with both preferred club and non-preferred club that we were reminded of that time frame. And I hope that is something that they will follow through with and something that they will be consistent with as well. With our social pool lounge day and our preferred club lounge days, bar service started at 10 a.m. So servers would come around, they would offer you waters, take your drink order, and you know, we're checking on you throughout the day. So that was wonderful. Of course, you could, you know, go to the main pool. I love that it was so close to the social pool. So we could hang out at the social pool, watch everything that was going on, but also very easily go to the swim up bar and get our own drink there, hang out there for a little while. So I liked that, but you don't have to do that. The servers are definitely around and definitely taking care of you. Okay, time for lunch. There are so many options for lunch at this resort, like no matter what you need. If you just want something at your lounger, if you want to just kind of basically stay in your bathing suit and eat, if you need a reprieve from the heat, if you want a nice sit down lunch option, there's so many things to do for lunch, really, it's crazy. So Market Cafe is open for lunch, so that's the buffet. We did eat there one day and I was straight to the taco station, but there were so many different options, salad bar, other hot options. There's no way you would get bored. If we had had more days, absolutely would have gone back there for lunch. Oceana was probably my favorite lunch. Our service was so good there. We had the sweetest server. I think his name was Giovanni, and he was just darling. The sea bass there was really delicious, really cooked to perfection. And that particular day, it was all I was craving. So it was great. The guacamole with the I think that it was like ribeye tips, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. Also definitely recommend that. And we also had a great meal at Seaside with some tuna tostados, as well as a sort of a tomato sauce, not really, spicy shrimp. The name of that dish started with a Z and it was really long and I really did not know how to say it. So you'll see it on the menu if you take a look, because I definitely recommend it. In addition, there was a grill set up near the social pool on a couple of days at least that we were there. It looked like, you know, they had grilled meats, you know, you could do like a sandwich, they had like guacamole and that sort of thing. So that was a great option if you did really just want to kind of stay in your bathing suit, bring some food to your lounger. And then of course there's Barefoot Grill, and that has nachos, wings, burgers, ceviche, that sort of thing. And there was an area right beside Barefoot where you could have a seat. And again, you had an option for everything. Since I talked about the pool so much in my morning portion, I'll talk about the beach a little bit now. I did not lounge on the beach for any of my days, generally hung out at the pools, but I did go down each day to take a walk, just look at the beautiful colors of the water, enjoy the breeze. I did not personally love the beach setup. It is not a large, expansive beach with tons of palapas, where everyone has a wonderful view. The loungers and palapas are sort of tucked in among the shrubbery that's there, and there's also a little bit of a sand dune. Now, for the true beach lovers, I've heard a lot of positive comments, and had I been there with my husband, I'm sure we would have tried it out for a day to see what the experience was like. So I'm sorry I don't have that to share with you, but you will not be upset at the gorgeous water at all. It is really, really beautiful. Now, you can rent a Bali bed both at the beach or at the pools, and that is an additional cost. If you look at the app, I think just getting it is like $135 for the day. but I have heard a lot of people say that once there, they've been able to negotiate like $70 per day, I think. And then of course there are more expensive options that would come with, particular bottles of champagne or tequila. So you certainly can rent a Bali bed and just get yourself set up for the day and enjoy that if that is something that you're looking for. Now, my favorite part about the beach was definitely the beach bar. It has swings, you've got the view, you've got the breeze, you've got good company, the bartenders were wonderful. So I absolutely loved that. It was for sure a perk to me, and I wish that more resorts would have a beach bar like the one at Secrets. It was awesome. So after a full day of fun, making new friends, enjoying the pool, enjoying a walk on the beach, it's definitely time to get back to the room and get ready for dinner. Of course, you need a drink before dinner. So for pre-dinner drinks, we were heading to the Preferred Club. We loved the upgraded liquor options and we paid for that upgrade. So of course we wanted to take advantage of it. Now, one thing I do want to recommend is that you look for the manager's cocktail. If that is taking place during your stay, it will be in that sort of pre-dinner time frame, and it's definitely worth going. They had an awesome bar set up with a great mixologist. It was just really fun to sort of chat with the managers, give them our feedback, get their thoughts on what they see for the resort in its future. So love that and highly recommend it if you get the opportunity. All right, time to eat. There are a lot of restaurants at this resort, and we did not get to all of them. In fact, we actually went to El Patio twice, so that kind of limited us, but it was delicious the first night, so why not go again, especially when we had the opportunity for a tasting menu with Chef Manuel. All of the food that we ate at El Patio was fantastic. I highly recommend making this restaurant a priority when you go, from the short rib tacos to the ceviche to the mole to the corn soup. Everything was so very good. I really hope that you get to go and enjoy it. We also really enjoyed Bordeaux. My lioness salad was one of my favorite things that I ate all week long. My salmon was cooked to perfection as well. So highly recommend Bordeaux. It just has such a classy vibe. It's really beautiful in there. So definitely check it out. We also went to Himitsu for dinner, and I have to say it exceeded expectations. Now you can do teppanyaki there, but you do have to make reservations if you would like to do that. We just did the regular menu, and I highly recommend it. I would say the spring rolls and the pad thai were definitely standouts, but we had some sushi and a couple other appetizers. Everything that we ate was seriously so good. Loved this restaurant. Do not miss it. Now, we did not get a chance to eat at Seaside, Portofino, or Oceana. Oceana was actually not open yet for dinner when we went, and Seaside was closed the night that we were going to go. And we just decided to give the Italian a miss, which in retrospect, I might regret just a little bit, because the reviews from this restaurant just seem to be glowing. People often mention that it's their favorite. So I'll definitely check it out when I get back there next time. For entertainment after dinner, it was really just taking place at the Rendezvous Bar because the theater was not yet open. Everything was sort of centralized there. Now, I see on the app that they are continuing to have entertainment at that bar, which I love. There's lots of comfortable seating. There is the fire pit. I think it's a really cool area. And then now there's also going to be shows at the theater. So what I really recommend that you do is, when you're thinking about dinner, look at what the shows are. Look at the entertainment. Decide what you want to see that evening so you can kind of frame your dinner time around it. Now, do be prepared. You could have a wait. So give yourself a little bit of leeway, because you may not be able to finish dinner in 1 hour and then go to the show. So give yourself some time. You can always grab a drink or take a walk around the resort while you wait. While we were there, we saw a variety of entertainment. There were amazing Latin dancers, a Latin singer. night. There was a fire show. There was also a band that was playing sort of pop current music, and everything that we saw, the caliber of the entertainment, I thought was really good. So considering they now have a theater, I would imagine that's only going to continue to improve. After dinner and a little entertainment, we are pretty much ready for bed, but you have to have a nightcap. So we'd usually pop by the Preferred Club bar, maybe have just one more drink, talk with some guests a little bit, and then it was time to get to bed so that we could get up early and soak up every minute of the day. So overall, I've had a lot of really positive things to say, and I truly do believe this is an awesome resort, and I am very excited to return. Now, there were a few things to consider, probably things that they're still working out. Again, please take it with a grain of salt that, you know, I was there when they had only been open for a few months. Now, my husband and I travel at the hottest time of the year, so a downside to this resort could be the lack of daytime or early evening inside spaces. So that pre-dinner drink is going to be outdoors. Your entertainment is going to be open air. And while I love that concept, and generally at the beginning of June when we were there was pretty good movement, it can get a little warm as we go into July and August and September. And so that is just maybe one thing to keep in mind if you are very bothered by the heat. My hope is that they're going to do a little bit more with the indoor part of the Preferred Club Lounge. Right now, it was kind of bare, a few snacks out, but just not really inviting. You really didn't even want to like grab your drink and go in there and hang out. So I'm hoping that they'll do a little more with that as time goes on. Now, this next thing is very small, but ladies, no full-length mirror. You may have noticed in my room tour that there is that gorgeous mirror behind the tub. Well, you're not seeing your feet. Ladies, I know, right? We need to see head to toe. We need to see the outfit come together. So that's a very small detail, but something that I thought that I would also mention. Now, before I go, I have to give a shout out to my friend that I was traveling with. Her name is Ruth DeMuth, and before she was my good friend, she was my travel agent. And she has been booking our trips for well over a decade. It was maybe a few years in when our trip coincided with a trip she was on with her husband. So we were able to meet, have a few dinners together, and that was the beginning of our annual girls trip. She has really helped us out a few major times over the years. One being when the resort we were going to in 5 days had a fire and closed down. You know, so while everyone was waiting months and months and months for their refund, I had a new resort booked and my refund in days. Just like that. Like, she's awesome. So if you're looking for a travel agent that costs you nothing, I'm gonna put Ruth's information down in the notes. Okay, I really hope that this video helped you decide whether or not Secrets Playa Blanca is a good match for you, and whether you book here or whatever resort you end up booking. If you need any help with what to pack, please check out my packing videos. And I would also love to have you subscribe to my channel. My husband and I are working on videos for Beloved and Atelier. So we've got some stuff coming out soon. Thank you again. Safe travels.